What's up everybody, I'm Jesse, this is my garage, and today we're gonna paint some stuff. Now if you remember from last time, we were working on the front, we're still working on it, we're ready to lay down some paint. So we got it all masked off, sanded down, wiped down with Prep All wax and grease remover, that's ready. We're gonna paint this front part of our bumper, bring that back to life, get that some fresh black paint on it, and of course we are going to be installing our new lip. That's all sanded down. Gotta take that off the car to paint that. We'll do it right over there. I've got to prep some stuff up, get the air compressor ready, get the paint out, get the primer out, and we'll be ready to do this. So let's get to it. All right, well, we got everything ready. We got our primer mixed up here. We got our gun, we've got our air. Our lip is all prepped up. So it's time to shoot some primer on this thing. Get one step closer. All right, well, we got a couple layers of primer laid down. It's looking pretty good in there. Our front bumper is coming right along on that side, but most importantly, we got our lip over here. It's looking awesome. Just taking our time between coats, letting it have time to dry and set up, and it's actually coming out pretty flat. I'm pretty excited about that. And we've got our white mixed up here. Super white Nissan 326 super white. So get that all kind of set up and we'll start spraying that down. All right, well, we've got a few coats of white on this thing. It's looking pretty awesome. So there's the front, the black, that laid down awesome. Super easy. All right, so all of our paint is on. It's looking a little too good underneath here. We got our lip, we've got our partner in crime. And here's the lip, looks freaking awesome. So time to put some clear on it. This clear is nasty. Usually the paint and the primer will shoot wherever you lay it, but the clear kind of hangs around in the air for a little bit. So hence the new shirt. All right, so we're gonna mix this up. And the clear is actually like the easiest part. I say that now, it's gonna get messed up, but we don't have to worry about covering and all that stuff. So we should just be able to spray this all at once. Don't have to worry about switching colors. Be done with it. So let's get to it. All right, well, we got all the clear laid down. It's looking pretty sick. Yeah, look at that. That is a whole new life to this bumper. Now we just need to go ahead and pull all of this off. Oh yeah, and see what it looks like. So let's do that. All right, well, it looks so much better than a faded, just super faded bumper. So the bumper still looks terrible. Got a little bit of overspray there. Bumper definitely needs painted, but I figured just a black stripe, getting that black filled back in was gonna do a world of difference, and it did. So looks awesome. Get this place cleaned up, get the cars back in. Here's our front lip. All right, well, that is our front lip. Looking flossing, dude. Look at that thing. Yeah, it looks awesome. Got to mount it up for good. It looks like a pretty easy mount install for an aftermarket lip. But what is this thing is not one of my project cars. This is actually my brother's project car. What is this thing?
94 Miata.
Everybody needs a Miata, so he decided he needed to get one, and it's in my garage, so that means we're gonna work on it. He's just disassembling the door panel right now. But pulling off some trim. Got to get that painted. I figured we would paint the trim for this car when I paint the trim for that car, which should be pretty soon, since, you know, we got all the paint and we started painting yesterday. But this one needs a lot of work. Somebody tried to wire some who knows what in, so we have to fix that. And the engine could use a refresh, so we're gonna seal that up too. Probably pull it out to do that. But you can expect to see some more of this car around. We can dive a little deeper when that time comes. But right now I'm working on the 300ZX. Wes is wandering around the garage. He can work on the Miata. All right, over here, my Miata disassembly. Let me see. What do we got? This guy here. Oh my gosh, I can't even move it, man. I don't know. All right, well, that's out. It wasn't fun, but it's out. All right, so we've got the Miata. This is now turned into the Miata video. First time we're bringing the Miata in here, and look at it. Got the, what's missing out of there?
I think the CD player's missing, dude.
So we're minus one CD player and, I don't know, a dash, climate control, gauge cluster, some airbags, all kinds of stuff. So we've got to go through and fix all the mods that this car had done to it over the last almost 30 years. We've got some interesting wiring right here. We literally have been jump starting it. Don't worry, we have the title. We've been jump starting it because the ignition came apart right there, and we don't even know what these blue wires go to, because this is where they're at right here. They're just kind of chilling, hanging, because that's what you want your ignition wires to do. You just want them to go nowhere and just hang out. So we're gonna fix that, fix everything, get it cleaned up. You know how I do. I paint wheel wells. So we're gonna get this thing cleaned up. Should be looking pretty good. Pile of parts. Luckily, everything in the interior of the Miata can fit in the trunk of the Miata, which isn't very big either. So, Miata video, and then the 300ZX, I've got the wheel wells going back in. It's gonna look really sweet. We're actually gonna refinish, restore the trim on this, bring it back to hopefully make that look really nice and dark black. It'll contrast with the new white really well. Still got to get that lip put on. Oh my God, look how good that looks. Still got to get that lip put on for good, but yeah, I'm going to put these wheel wells back in and then pretty much start getting those refinished, and we can put all the suspension back together, get these coilovers on. This was a coilover install that went out of control. All right, we are back. No more Miata. Nobody bugged me. Let's just get some stuff worked on. I want to get this suspension put back on. It's looking awesome. We are refinishing the wheel wells. They're nice and deep black, look brand new except for this road paint that's just going to be there. The wheel wells look amazing. White with the black. Looks a little too good, honestly. But same on this side. See, you can see this one has not been cleaned up all the way yet. See how dirty it is. I'm gonna get that cleaned up. Got a lower control arm in here. And just start putting everything back together. Whoop, back together. So we can get this sick new bumper lip on. Get that installed. Show you guys how to install that the right way. But right now I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna get to it. All right, well this thing is coming along. We've got a lot of the passenger side in. We've actually got our coilover in. This looks freaking awesome. Our wheel speed sensor all ran. This is done. Oh, I had to take out the upper control arm to match them, match the lengths on each side. So I have that sitting right here because we want them to be the same length. Because let me show you what I took off the car. That right there, that was on the car. This was on the driver's side. This was on the passenger side. What is going on right now? Why are they totally out of whack? Yeah, no words for that. So we got everything matched up so it'll be the same. Get it on the alignment, get it set to place for real. And you want to see why we put thread anti-seize on all of our suspension threads? These are cheap, but that is rusted. Now, are you going to tell me that you're going to be able to just go ahead and adjust and thread that correctly? I don't think so. So anti-seize on all of our adjustable suspension components. We've got it on this guy on our upper control arms. I went ahead and we've got anti-seize on this guy as well. Another thing on not just the tension rods, but any joints that are this type of joint right here, I think it's like a Heim joint or whatever. When you install them, you want them to be straight. You don't want it to be caulked where the joint's sitting like this on that bearing. You want it like that. So you can see that, that's nice and straight. What we don't want is to have it running crossways because it's gonna be bound up and not gonna have any movement, bad times. So got those installed straight. And I've got a little trick for tightening bolts. I will show you as soon as we get them all tightened up. So stay tuned to the end of that. I've also got our little cheat sheet here. This has got all the specs for getting everything torqued right. We definitely want to hit the factory torque. We don't want to go over and we don't want to go under. So that sheet is really good. I'll put a link in the description on where I found that. Then I'll also have it posted on my Patreon page. All the stuff that we're working on, any data, any of that stuff, I just post it on there. So if you're part of Patreon, you have access to that easy. If not, check the link below. I will link it to, it's kind of tricky how you got to find it. It's on like a factory service manual that's online that you have to like kind of skim through and know the page you're looking at, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I actually kind of like to look at that stuff. You probably like to look at that stuff too, but I'll put the link to that and then you'll have to go down the rabbit hole to find the page. All right, well, I'm gonna get this side put back together and we'll be good. All right, so when you're doing a job like this and you've got like everything taken off and there's all kinds of bolts and you wanna make sure that you tighten both of them, and we're doing both sides. So I'm popping back and forth and there's a lot of bolts that we have to make sure are tightened up. And yeah, we're going through and we're being consistent, but this is the trick that I have. So you're not like, did I tighten that one? Do I need to do it? Well, we don't have to do it once. We have to do it right. But just a little paint marker. And then I will, like you can see on this bolt right here, boom, that guy's done. He's marked. And I even marked it on that side, but it's hard to see. So marked it on that side. We've got those guys, boom, marked. And we just tighten this one up. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that one as well. And there you go. We know that that's tightened up. So all we have to do is visually look at it and see, boom, that's tight, that's tight, that's tight. And we don't have to second guess ourselves. Did I tighten it up on the driver's side or was that the passenger side? So a little paint marker, super helpful. Throw it in your toolbox, bust it out. I even do this on my lug nuts just to make sure it's all good and I know they're tightened up. All right, well, the front is pretty much back together and it looks awesome. We got the trim all restored. It's looking great, looking nice and black. We got our great white paint. Everything's cleaned up. Some fresh rotors. We are missing the calipers. I've got brand new calipers for it, but I want to get them matched, color matched to the car with the white and black lettering. So we're still waiting to get that done. But we got our ISR coilovers in. All of our lines ran back. A new tension bar. New bushings for our sway bar put in. New sway bar end links, tie rod, which I did run into a little problem. So since I have those high-speed tie rod ends, like this guy, which are the same ones were on this car here. Maybe you can see, but the clearance there between the rim and the tie rod end, well, they don't clear 16-inch rims. So the factory rims that we have for this car and those tie rod ends are not friends. So all the wheels I want are on back order. So I don't know, we'll figure out that. If I have to, I might just order some tie rod ends to put on there, some replacement OEM ones. Prefer not to spend the money on that because we have much cooler ones to put on that are just gonna help this thing steer better. But I don't know, figure that out. We got plenty of time because now I have to attack the back. And it's nasty back there. And everybody said I have to paint that one too, because I can't get lazy and just throw them in. So we'll do that. But that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you gained some entertainment out of this. Maybe learn something. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. Hit that like button, and I'll see you on the next one.